Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday SitRep. We've got another full week for you ahead. Some really, really popular minifigures inbound.
Very.
We're going to get to those in a little bit here. But first, there's a giant plane sitting in front of Landon.
I hadn't noticed.
For more on this giant plane, let's hear from project manager Dan Siskin. All right, so we're checking in once again with Dan Siskin, taking a closer look at the B24 Liberator, designed by Jonah Padberg. You know him as Plane Bricks. So this thing is a beast. I mean, holy smokes. So we couldn't even film it at the desk because we couldn't keep it in frame. Tell me a little bit more about what we're looking at here. It looks like we got some concept artwork on the nose.
Yep. Slam's busy making sticker packs. This is actually going to have an epic sticker pack. So
okay.
Not only is the plane epic, it's huge. This is comparable in size to the B17 model that we put out a few years ago. But the B24 Liberator, it is just absolutely awesome. It is sturdy. It is well built. Has lots of function. You have your working elevators and rudders and ailerons, everything. Propellers. I can't even begin to describe it. There's enough room in here for about 7-8 figures inside of it.
Oh, cool.
The crew would be 10, but just because of the way it has to be built structurally, you can't fit all the guys. Obviously, you can't put a guy in the ball turret, but
right.
It does have. Let me just pick this thing up. You can look underneath.
Wow.
Bomb bays. There are actually bombs, big heavy bombs in the bomb bays. Let's see if I can get this ball turret out here. I mean, how's that?
Siskin for scale, though. Holy smokes! Look at the size of this build. That's nuts.
You do have the ball turret in the bottom. It's retractable, which I think is an awesome feature. All the turrets, everything does what it's supposed to do. Except drop bombs. It doesn't do that. The bomb bays are, and the real thing, it's a garage door.
Right.
Of course, you can't really do that in the scale of Lego, but we do. It does have opening bomb bays.
Nice, and some brick-built bombs. Love to see
it's
that.
fully loaded. It's got like 1,000-pound bombs in it, so it's fully set up and ready to go. So,
ready for a raid over Germany.
Right. The landing gear, they do retract. They do everything it's supposed to do. This is a pretty awesome build.
Love to see play features on a model this big. You were telling me too a little bit about some of the printing that we have lined up, like some engine details, etc.
There is printing. Yeah, the engines will be printed in there inside. Tons of interior details, radios, things like that. So that's all. I mean, all the stuff you would expect us to do. That's all going to be happening in here. This will have 5 figures. All the guys you can basically see from the outside will all be in there. So if you look in the cockpit and you look in the waist gunner positions, there will be 5 guys. We will be able to make more figures available separately in the future. Right now, we just don't have the capacity to do that. But you'll get 5 fully printed figures with the model and the ability to, at a later date, get the full crew.
Fill out the rest of your crew. Awesome. Well, definitely a premium model like this would warrant a premium crew. So at least you get the start going on there. Like Dan said, those guys that you can see from outside of the model. But holy smokes, what a build.
Yeah, there's the first batch of 50. It's so big, we can only make 50 at a time. Otherwise, it'll overwhelm our production. So it's not a small kit, obviously. And it is 50 to start with, 50 more down the road. It's an officially licensed model too. I should add that this is a Lockheed Martin product at this point.
Very, very cool. Once again, yet another prototype that we are excited to see the finished model of, but here it is, the first 50 available right now on brickmania.com. Dan, thanks for checking in.
Yeah, thank you.
So I know we had the U-2 spy plane not too terribly long ago, but when was the last time we had a model of this size?
It's pretty impressive, I will say. And those wings are pretty sturdy. So the U-2, like in real life and in the model, they kind of hung down a little bit. You can see the nice cant upwards on this one. So
yeah,
for its size, it's a pretty dang sturdy model. It's cool.
Well, and like Dan was saying, the play features are so awesome with it. The fact that you've got functional ball turrets, etc.
Yeah, all over the place.
I would much rather have ones that rotate than ones that you could fit a minifig into, just because I think posing them is super awesome. Personal preference, but at the same time, I think that's really, really cool. And then I love that that it has that pretty easily accessible top of the fuselage if you want to play with the interior, and the fact that they're including all the printed elements and stuff for the radio and operator station, etc. to be able to do that is really, really cool.
And again, what you're seeing here, this is just a paper placeholder, not even stickers. We're kind of
No,
this is all placeholder stickers.
I thought it looked cool though. I actually thought about taking it off, but I think it looks cooler, like in its prototype phase.
So we are planning on printing that Shark? No, that's going to be
I think it's all
stick
in
work.
development right now.
Okay. I'm not going to speak too soon.
Yeah, right. Stuff like that can totally change. We're working on it. There's a ton of elements up front there, so I would bet that would probably be a sticker.
Yeah,
and then I know that they wanted to potentially do some customization options. Cool. So anytime we've got a situation where we want you to be able to either build multiple of or build the exact version of the B24 that you want to, we put that stuff in the sticker pack so that you can pick up one model and still be able to buy other things. And then, like, how long is it going to be before Brick Designers gets a hold of something like this? Right. And they're like, here you go. We got 30 different printed packs for your B24.
That'd be cool.
So...
yeah,
it will be
crew. It comes with five minifigures. I'm working with Drew this time. Actually, I'm folding some existing talent from Brickmania into the helping out with the minifigure process. You might have noticed we are ramping up minifigure production. There's way more variety than there ever has been. So it's been cool. I can't keep up by myself, so I'm getting some help. Drew's he's the guy that's been taking a lot of photos.
Doing he's the action shot guy.
Yeah, he's been doing all the box covers and stuff. So he's got a good eye. So he's, I kind of worked with him to kind of remix existing artwork. He put his own little touches on it here and there. So I'm excited to see where that goes, kind of increasing the pool of talent for minifigure assets. So that's exciting.
Yeah, well, and if it leads to more things like you having the time to put together things like the D-Day crew pack, I'd say that's a win for just about everybody. So we'll get there in a second. Well, I know everybody's kind of waiting for that because they saw it on the Instagram video and we're like, holy smokes, that's so cool.
Yes.
So this is the Cromwell. This is the Comrade Katia Cromwell. This is shipping right now. Still a couple available online. That's why I wanted to make sure we hit it and showcased it. Fully printed details. There's no stickers on this bad boy. I like that giant bedroll on the back. There's some of the printed gas cans.
Cool printing on there.
This fits beautifully in the LCM-3, which is the British D-Day landing craft that we released on pre-order last week. So if you're looking for something, if you missed out on the Firefly potentially, and you're looking for something that's still in stock that you want to have in your LCM-3,
that's it.
Yes, the Cromwell cruiser tank is an excellent option. Just two more things to get to before the D-Day Squad pack. Well Bike and Paratrooper.
One of the more adorable kits that we released in modern times. So.
Absolutely.
Yes, updated Paratrooper on this guy. On top of this little, in real life they dropped this bike in little canisters and they had like assemble it in like 30 seconds or something.
I was going to say, if you don't know what you're looking at, this is a well bike, and what it was is it was an earlier kind of experimentation with dropping a bike with your paratroopers so that they could cover more ground once they hit the ground. It was assembled, I think the speed was like 11 seconds or something, is how fast it went together. I mean, it was really, really quick. The only problem was it only had 10-inch wheels. So pretty much anything other than a nicely paved road, you ran into some serious problems. Double that with the fact that they didn't really understand that when you did paratrooper drops, you don't really land next to the thing that you jump out of the aircraft with. It was very difficult to locate these things, so they actually wound up being used quite considerably more on airfields.
Makes sense.
Because they were good ways to transport or get around. But early on, they still were used, and any paratrooper lucky enough to land near a road definitely made better time landing on something like that. And like Landon was saying, it's such an adorable little mini kit. I love this kind of stuff because, like, I know people are probably sick of me saying this, but I love these unique little mini kits because even if you've got a whole bunch of, like if you're doing a scene from Bridge Too Far or something, you've got the lineup, convoy of cars, etc. going on. If you've got this little guy sitting next to him buzzing along, people coming and looking at the mock are going to be like,
what is that?
What is that? Yeah, exactly. So I love that.
I like the printed frying pans. Mm-hmm. That's a funny detail. I mean, that is about the correct size for the wheels on that in that scale. Close. But and 10-inch, that's pretty tiny tires. You'll feel a pothole there.
Yes, you absolutely will. And it does, we got it kind of wonkied here. I know the front wheel isn't on the ground. It does sit a little bit more like
you gotta pose it a little bit.
Yes,
so be patient with it if you pick up one of these.
It's
I like having one of the legs sort of hang down because minifigure legs are ridiculous proportions.
Right.
So
and there's not exactly a thigh gap.
Right. So it's like you gotta have it sort of hanging down like that. That makes it look a little bit nicer. Mm-hmm. So.
Everything you see there is included with this kit, so it does come with the perfect caliber, the strap, helmet, minifigure, obviously, and then the 4 printed tiles. So really considering it's an inexpensive mini kit and it's super unique. I think it's an absolute win. So we made a bunch of them. We got like 100 of them, I think.
Nice.
So that's even more fun. Come on, behave. There we go. Modern Korean Tanker V2.
Yes, again. So this is another example. I'm rolling in some more designers. So this is Slam. He's talked here a few times.
You guys know Slam.
You know Slam. So he's responsible for all the sticker art and the printed pieces. I'm also occasionally getting him trained in on minifigure production and just kind of laying it out for printers.
Yeah.
Getting more people trained in. Again, to add to that knowledge pool. Back in the day, Slam used to design like MP3 player skins for computers. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I think of that as like old school graphic design. It's cool stuff. I mean, it's not even that old, but
it's still cool.
It's cool. It's kind of like a throwback, but that's working with like individual pixels. So I think that's going to transfer over. As you can see with the printed parts, he's super attention to detail. I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to that with figures. So with this is a reworking of previous Korean tanker. He's updated that camouflage scheme a little bit, kind of to get it more accurate. Here, I can move that to a better spot for you, to kind of get it to a more accurate color paths here. Pistol belt, combat boots, and he's got a new pistol pouch there as well, or pistol holster there as well. So just a nice update to kind of coincide with that releasing of the instructions of the the Black Panther. Yes, was that K2?
Yes.
K2 Black Panther. So it's perfect to go along with the instructions that just dropped. So pick one of these figures up, pick up those instructions, and you should be good to go.
Like we promised, continuing to fill out that inventory of minifigures, you need to complete those digital builds. So we will slowly but surely continue to chip away at that. I know pilot people are getting anxious, but hey, we got the F-14 and Modern Stealth pilots coming back on Monday, so we're already getting back to another restock of those.
That's a very quick restock. So.
Especially for what we're able to do in production with those 3D printed helmets on both sides.
Seriously.
So, but no more waiting. We've been waiting for this for years, literally.
Yeah, it's one of our more requested. So it's a D-Day Squad pack. So this is a loadout that you would, on these three guys, it is a very wide variety of gear. I'm going to straighten these dudes out a little bit and get them posed nice. So it's a wide variety of gear. And it's kind of representing shortly after landing on the beach, so they probably discarded their little like life belts. They don't have their gas mask pouch anymore. Their arm bracer, they took that off. You know, once it was perceived a little bit safer, once they kind of have the beach secured and they're moving more inland, this is probably what you would see here.
Okay.
What's nice about this pack is it comes with everything you're seeing here. These perfect calibers, you don't have to go hunting around with them.
Nope.
They are right here with that. So we're planning on hopefully getting this restocked periodically a little bit, as best we can.
Yeah, it's going to sell out instantly. It's gone already, I'm sure.
So yeah, but we're going to try. I can see this being one of our more popular releases.
No.
It's just like there's so much character to it.
Well, and once part 2 comes out and people want to have the entire set too, I think it's going to be something that will, like you said, we will do our absolute best to keep in stock, but at the same time, it's never going to be really sticking around too often.
Right. On this first guy here, we have a tanker jacket. So you'd see infantry wearing tanker jackets. They try to get their hands on that because they're just like, it's a cool piece of garment. It's effective. On D-Day, it was really common to see them wearing. This is like their utility uniform. It's HBT uniform in that darker OD number 6, I believe. And so that'd be worn over top of the standard kind of wool combat trousers. But so on D-Day especially, you'd see them wearing these much darker, like olive drab green outfits compared to maybe later on.
Sure.
And sometimes you actually see them in the whole entire uniform, which is interesting to see. Anyways, he's got that assault backpack as well, ammo pouches on the front. Moving on, Paratrooper here. This is a private, got his insignia on the arms. And he's got that suit with the reinforced elbow patches and reinforced knee pads. They found out that this paratrooper suit, it would wear out pretty quick. The material wasn't suited like up to the task. So prior to D-Day, they reinforced all these garments and reissued them back to the troops. So this is kind of that not armored, but like just reinforced.
Extra stitching.
Yeah, extra stitching, extra fabric for wear. canteens, and then you have these rigger pouches. I love these things. So these aren't like a mass-produced, to my knowledge, pouches. They're made more towards on the front lines or kind of like on base. So by the riggers, and they'd take existing material and they'd remake it to kind of these ideal pouches. So in this case, it's for the M1 Garand. You could probably fit a variety of ammunition in these pouches.
Sure.
But they're non-standard pouches again, which is cool to see that on paratroopers especially. Finally, another piece that I really like from D-Day, you have this assault vest, and that was. I mean, I guess the thought, it's kind of like it totally looks like a fisherman vest, right? It totally does. But the thought was just to have this kind of all-in-one garment. The British had a similar thing as well on D-Day, but it just didn't turn out to be very practical to have like all the gear kind of attached to one garment. So you want to have a bit more flexibility with your gear. So you didn't see that as common later as the war went on.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, those HPT trousers, I just think there's a ton of character here. And we also have a standard like D-Day rifleman that we sell standalone that would pair with these guys really, really well.
Yeah.
So, and then hopefully we can do the next version of just a standard rifleman as well, so to kind of to fill out the whole overall ranks. So, but yeah, stay tuned. This is again part 1, pack 1.
Yeah.
We'll keep making more. So.
There you
One
have
of
it.
one of the cooler ones I think we've released, and again, there's kind of some updated artwork style. I'm kind of playing around with different things, so see if take a closer look at these compared to previous minifigures. You'll see some changes.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think the webbing on the guy with the SMG looks just absolutely phenomenal. So really, really well done. There you have it, the D-Day Squad pack. Also, like you were saying, if you got a decent collection of World War II or D-Day figs from Brickmania, you pick up one of these bad boys.
Yeah, seriously.
You've got a pretty sweet mock with them running out the front of that right there.
And what you can also do with something like this, maybe you picked up this pack, but man, you don't have quite enough figures to fill out a landing craft like this. This is a perfect scenario for sticker packs that we sell all the time.
Especially the farther back guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what those sticker packs are meant for. Is like you put your best figures up towards the front of your diorama or the front of the landing craft, and then fill out the ranks with kind of your spare pieces, and just use the sticker packs for something like that. It ends up looking pretty much, you can't tell the difference,
I mean, yeah, you could absolutely bring this together in a premium fashion. I just realized we're missing the American flag off that thing.
Oh no!
But you could bring this together in a premium fashion by picking a bunch of stuff up from Brickmania. Or, to be totally honest, we've had the instructions for the LCVP, or at least the previous version of them, in our magazines before. So maybe you've got a hold of that. Maybe you've got your own bricks. Then maybe you've got some of your own figures. You pick up a sticker pack and a D-Day Squad pack, and you're already ready for a photo that's going to look like you heavily invested into it. So yeah, no, that's good advice. Definitely more than one way to get a cool mock like that done and showcase an awesome crew pack like that. So
there you have it.
Yeah, pretty sweet Friday, Brickmaniacs. Very, very excited. Little look ahead to Monday there with some of the restocks that we have coming up. Mock contest. We had over 60 submissions just over Memorial Day weekend. So, needless to say, we've got quite a few. I think we've
It
narrowed.
just flew under the radar.
Yeah.
What was the end date?
Well, so the end date was on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. So
Submissions are closed. It is all done now for Vietnam. Remember, now we're transitioning into 1941. Go ahead and check out the blog post for more details. It's that same one. It just keeps getting updated. It hangs out at the top of the blog. So go ahead and check that out for the details moving forward into the second contest of 2021. But obviously we got to give this thing away. And so we've narrowed it down from our grand total of a whole bunch more than I can remember to count submissions to 104 finalists.
you narrowed it down.
Narrowed it down to 104 people, right?
So it's going to take a little bit of time to
We'll
go
need a little
through
bit of time. Yes, exactly. But at the same time, we've now got it narrowed down to, like I said, the final 100.
Like we're actually going through these submissions.
We
It's
have
not
to.
just like, I guess this guy
right,
won.
Right. No. There's nothing random about it. We want to make sure that everybody's work is appreciated. And then once again, it's not necessarily the amount of cash you're able to sink into your mock. We're looking for creativity. We're looking for something unique, something new brought to the table. And then obviously, we want to see cool builds and et cetera showcased. But boy, they were up to the task. The Brickmaniacs showed out in force for this one, so it's going to be awesome. And like I said, we narrowed it down to 104 as of this video. We will continue to narrow it down as we charge forward.
Narrow it down.
Yes, someone's going to take home the Swift boat. Oh, and then coming up next Friday is when we'll do an official showcase for the runner-up prizes. So we're going to have more than just the Swift boat to give away. We're just compiling all that stuff together right now. Next Friday, we'll be taking a little bit closer look at some of the cool stuff that you could win, even if you aren't top dog and taking home the Swift boat. So that is that. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's a pretty jam-packed episode there.
Yeah, we've been chatting for a while, so I think there's
That was
plenty
good.
to
There's
talk
so much
about.
stuff, man.
So pick up your B24, and thanks for watching.